Power searches. This podcast is at the intermediate level. It requires a working knowledge of Accordance Bible software, but no knowledge of Hebrew or of Greek. Underneath Accordance's glossy interface is a very fast, accurate, and sophisticated search engine. Most of us never use it to its full capacity. Today, we'll explore ways to strengthen our searches and put some of that Accordance muscle to use. Power searches often take advantage of search options, search conditions, search commands, and search symbols. This podcast will cover all of these except the last one, as search symbols already has a podcast of its own. Let's deal with these other three one at a time. Search options. Search options offers us an easy way to widen or narrow our word searches. They are available under the search magnifying glass. Flex, for instance, finds the word in every common variation, but currently only in English. That means it finds both singular and plural nouns, all tenses of a verb, and similar common variants. Exact finds just that exact word, although it ignores capitalization, accents, breathing marks, and punctuation, including apostrophes. Both search options appear in the summary search statistics. By the way, should we ever need to match a word exactly, including capitalization, apostrophes, and the like, we can use a search symbol. Placing an equal sign before a word limits the results to an exact match. Search conditions. Search options affects which words Accordance finds, while search conditions affect what section of a text Accordance searches and with what degree of granularity. We can add one or more search conditions by clicking the plus sign on the right side of the search entry box. There are three possible search conditions. Range limits the search to any section of the current text, including all of it, the default. Narrowing the range allows us to study just a single book or any other subsection. It also speeds up complex searches greatly. In addition, it limits the hits and analysis graphs to just the range search. A variety of preset ranges are included in Accordance, though we can define our own ranges as well. Scope limits multiple word searches to those that occur within a specific literary unit. Our choices will vary with the text we're studying. This is helpful when we're looking for two or more words in close proximity, or if we want to find the first word in every verse, chapter, or similar literary unit. Bracketed words is Accordance's way of handling words that may or may not be in the original text. Our company takes no official position on these passages. Instead, we give everyone the opportunity to include them or not in their searches. We can even search just the bracketed words in a text. These various search options can be used individually or in combination. Search commands. Our podcast archive has a number of podcasts designed for power searches. Number 86 covers search symbols, while link, contents, and hits are all covered in podcast number 87, linking commands. The three most complicated search commands each have their own podcast. Number 88, fuzzy searches, number 89, infer and search back, and number 128, the merge command. Podcast numbers 102 and 122 cover key numbers and topics respectively. All of these podcasts can be found here. The remaining commands are what we'll cover in this podcast. The 7 connecting commands, the range and count commands, and the style and field commands. Accordance's 7 different connecting commands all connect one or more search words. And, for example, finds every verse that has both grace and peace. Or finds every verse that has either one of these two words and includes the verses that have both words. Not finds every verse that has the first word, but not the second word. XOR finds every verse that has either the first word or the second word, but it excludes the verses that have both words. Followed by finds every verse that has both of these words in this order, no matter how many intervening words there are. And preceded by finds every verse that has both words in the opposite of this order, again, no matter how many intervening words there are. Finally, within finds every verse that has both of these words where the words are separated by no more than whatever number we use to replace the question mark, words. Once we've mastered the language of connecting commands, we'll find it's easy to combine and mingle them with search symbols. Here are just some of the possibilities. Grace, not followed by peace, finds every verse in which the word grace appears, but the word peace does not appear after it in the rest of the verse. This one's more complicated. It finds any verse that has grace, favor, or merit, and also the word peace or safety. Finally, this one finds every verse that contains angel or messenger within 2 words of Lord or God. The count command searches for every word that occurs a specific number of times in a text. So we can find all the words that appear just once in the text, or all the words that appear, for instance, between 10 and 20 times in a Bible. If we use the count command in a key number Bible, then open an analysis of the search results, we may be a bit surprised at first by what we find. The number after the hit may not be the one we expect. Here are 4 examples where the number is 2, even though the search was for words that only appear once in the Bible. Now, the search isn't wrong, and showing the key numbers will help explain this apparent discrepancy. The number refers to the number of key numbers related to the hits, or if you like, the number of original language words. In these 4 examples, a single English word translates 2 Hebrew or Greek words, just as a single English word might also translate a Hebrew or Greek phrase. For instance, the number 13 here at 1 Chronicles 26:11 is the translation of the 2 Hebrew words for 10 and 3. Another case where multiple words might appear is where the original language text has a variant in a major manuscript, as here at 2 Kings 5:12. Here the river Abana is spelled in 2 different ways in various manuscripts. The numbers and the lists of key words are the 2 ways Accordance alerts us to these sorts of issues. Speaking of tagged texts, the count command can be modified with such text to search for key numbers, inflected words, or grammatical tags, depending upon the kind of tagged text we're using. The range command allows us to temporarily limit our search to a specific section of the current text, so it's often used with other search elements. This search, for example, looks for every word that appears only once in the Bible, which is also found in Genesis. Limiting a search with a range command is different than limiting it with a range search condition. This search, for example, looks for every word that is found only once in Genesis. We can see that the results are very different. The command shows the entire text in the graph, while the search condition shows the text segment searched. The style command searches for words marked with highlights or highlight symbols. We just search for the name of the highlight or the highlight symbol. The field command is used in combination with the within command to find words in a specific position within a verse or whatever other scope we've set as a search condition. It only has 2 choices, begin or end. For example, here's a search that finds Abraham when the name appears as the first word in a verse. Here's another that finds how many verses end with a question mark. Search options, conditions, and commands dramatically expand our search possibilities in Accordance. Master them, and we'll be well on our way to becoming Accordance Power users. This has been Dr. J for Accordance Bible Software. Thank you for watching this episode of Lighting the Lamp.